hated, tossed around and exterminated wherever they are found, or perhaps just misunderstood. In my previous 2 Top 10 series, I have covered how such creepy to some beings like spiders and even scorpions can be awe-inspiring, beautiful, or downright cute. Now it's time for me to show that even to those who shiver in disgust at the thought of a cockroach crossing your path, I assure you, even you will find at least some of the following rather eye-catching. And if you happen to be scared of insects, stay tuned until the end on the video, where I hope to change your mind about the creepy crawly roaches and show you that they can be as beautiful as butterflies. Let's jump in.
This black as night cockroach may seem boring or even creepy at first glance, but the more you look at it, the more pretty it becomes. This pretty popular pet cockroach species needs high humidity, up to 80%, but otherwise the care is pretty standard: a substrate to dig and bury into and lay their eggs, some vegetables and fruits to munch on, some hides and good ventilation. They are medium-sized for a roach, reaching only about 2 centimeters in body length, and although the adult roaches live pretty short lives, they multiply readily and their life cycle is pretty quick too. Aside from the size difference, females being a bit larger than males, the sexual dimorphism is barely noticeable, unless you look at their gonads, which still is not an easy task, as they are not the biggest roaches out there. But are they one of the most fancy? Of course.
On the first glance, you may not see anything special in these roaches, but when you'll see an adult male up close, you'll quickly change your mind. The sexual dimorphism in this species is tiny but mighty. Males show off their 2 almost bioluminescent-like, glowing spots on top of their carapace, a fancy feat that is not present in their female counterparts. These are large, bulky roach species that can reach up to 4 centimeters if males or up to 4 centimeters and 5 millimeters if females. Their nymphs are larger than their imago because of all the extra energy they need to produce their large wings of their adult stages. Interesting thing is that the signature chemoluminescence that causes the head protrusions of the males to glow like fireflies disappears after the 2nd generation if raised in captivity, while in their natural surroundings it never fades. It only means one thing: the food that they must metabolize into the luminescence is present in their natural surroundings in Thailand forests, but is lacking in captivity. Perhaps one day, we'd know which ingredient causes the brilliant orange light, and we'd be able to nullify the effect of captive generational dim therefore. How cool would that be?
Are these assassin bugs? Nope. The list is about cockroaches, and so are these. The lovely colors and intricate patterns are a type of convergent evolution, making these unique roach species mimic the appearance of fierce, aggressive and excreting horrid substance assassin bugs, deterring predators from making them into a snack, thus prolonging the line. These medium-sized roaches are not as popular in pet trade as they should be, and their care requirements aren't hard either. They are omnivores, eating pretty much whatever you throw into their enclosure, as long as it's fresh and clean, and they need pretty standard humidity levels at around 70%. They like to burrow, but if provided with hides, they'd spend their time there instead of choosing to bury into the soil all the time. Except from laying eggs, of course. They are sexually dimorphic, with females being larger, bulkier and possessing larger ends segment of the abdomen than in males, and males possessing bigger and longer wings, even though they barely use them for flight.
This is a medium-sized roach species, growing to up to 3 centimeters of body length and rightfully to their common name, the Borneo beetle mimic. Their body shape is incredibly similar in appearance to that of a beetle. Make no mistake, though, these are roaches, and very fancy ones for that matter. Just like other roaches, they are ovoviviparous, meaning that they give birth to live young, who emerge from their eggshells before their mother expels them onto the world, much like many boa snake species. While if they were indeed beetles, they would lay eggs onto the ground, from which a larvae stadium emerges that only after time and cocoon preparation changes into imago. Cockroaches' young look pretty much like their parents, with exception of coloration and size, as they only start gaining their beautiful coffee color body upon reaching maturity. And that's when you can easily tell males and females apart, 'cause males are leaner, smaller and have a signature cream-colored band over the top part of their bodies, while females are uniformly dark brown, with more robust, oval body. Younglings normally spend most of their waking time under the substrate, while adult ones can wander around on the top, or even climb the decorations, but they aren't very good at climbing smooth vertical walls of the enclosure. They are also relatively slow-moving and not as quick to bolt, which makes them pretty good beginner species, if you still work on your reflexes. They also cannot fly all that well, compared to other roaches. They multiply readily and their diet consists of normal roach food, like peeled fruit, occasional dog or cat food, or readily available mixed feeders for roaches. Their main defense mechanism is emitting foul-smelling odor while disturbed, and they aren't quick to bite. The only thing you need to keep in mind is to keep the humidity around 70 or 80% for the best living conditions. Their docile demeanor, along with attractive looks, slow movement and ease of care makes them not only great first beginner roach species, but also a good idea for a first pet in general.
Easily one of the most attractive cockroaches that there are in the market, the so-called porcelain roaches come in various color morphs, from yellow to ivory white, to caramel to brown, but as younglings, you cannot really say what color they will become in adulthood, cause they are all the same black, brown and spotted, so it's always a kind of surprise what color of roach will be in your colony. They are pretty fast roaches and they can and will climb vertical surfaces, even as smooth as plastic or glass, therefore good, secure lid is a must while raising and breeding these colorful babies. Medium-sized, at just about 3 centimeters of body length, they are very active regardless, so seeing them out and about shouldn't be an issue, even to someone with drunk mole rat eyesight level, like me. They need moderately high humidity, good ventilation and constant source of fresh, non-rotting fruit in order to thrive and procreate. Young ones are active a little bit beneath the substrate's surface, while adults are readily visible on top, or in provided hides. They are sexually dimorphic, but that difference is mainly in shape and size of the body. Males tend to be slightly smaller and oval-shaped, while females are a bit bigger and rounder. But for an untrained eye, the difference is minimal. Though they are fast and can climb and may even try to fly a little, their colorful body reminiscent of a precious stone made them very well known and sought after in captivity.
Yes, this cute little bug resembling a reverse ladybug is indeed a cockroach, and a very interesting one for that matter. The only known seasonally monogamous roach, the female will mate with only one male per season. If another male from a colony approaches her to mate, she'll kick him with her back legs, until he gives up and goes on to seek luck somewhere else. The dimorphism is huge in age gap, but minor between genders. The nymph stage looks like small dubia roaches, but in their full-blown adult coloration, males and females can only be distinguished by their size and wing length. Females are larger and their wings cover only half of their body, while males are smaller and their wings reach all the way over their abdomen. They are omnivorous, eating both plant and animal matter, in captivity more fed with fruits and vegetables than anything else.
This species is unique on the list, because these black and yellow striped beauties with stunning metallic silver wings are, sadly, extinct in the wild and now only exist in breeding colonies and zoological gardens. As most roaches, they are pretty fast and bolty, but they grow to a pretty impressive size of up to 5 centimeters of body length, making it pretty easy to prevent escapes by installing scurry lids and small enough ventilation holes. Apart from their bolty attitude, they also stridulate, or produce hissing-like sound, when threatened, or if that won't deter a potential attacker, they projectile poop over the source of their fear. Their young have striking striped black and yellow body, while adults of both genders grow huge wings of metallic silver color. Their natural surroundings is in caves where the humidity is very high, therefore similar conditions should be recreated in captivity. Their cave dwelling also made them extinct in the wild, as humans kept using more and more of their natural surroundings for metal mining. They eat pretty much everything, from plant-based to meat-based products, both natural and processed, but for their better health, natural food is preferred. Widely dubbed as the most beautiful roaches on the world, and in my personal opinion certainly one of the most beautiful out there. Their green, opalescent shimmer, reminiscent of labradorite, one of my favorite precious stones, captured the eyes and hearts of even those who normally don't like roaches. They are moderately large roaches, growing to around 3 centimeters long with wings only present in males and lacking in females. They are diurnal species with great activity levels, often climbing branches and walls of the enclosure all day round. This Asian roach species prefers it moist and full of forest litter and vertical spaces to climb on.
If anyone tells you they hate roaches, and that they are ugly and repulsive, just show them this one. Sure, the young nymph state seems boring, but let them age up into adulthood, and you can enjoy the stunning beauty of both males and females, though they are vastly different. With ivory white males with striking black markings, bigger and more robust females appear unattractive. But still, their silver-ish exoskeleton shines with multiple darker spots and patches, making them a wonder to behold. As all roaches, they too are communal, and although the young stay rather hidden, the beauty of both adult males and females can be appreciated without digging up the substrate. One word of consideration though, they need a strong lid, as they are both really fast runners, good flyers, and of course, they can climb the surface of your enclosure, no matter what it's made of. A sad addition, if any of them makes use of their sneaky abilities and escape, without the source of food, substrate, and proper humidity, they won't survive in apartment settings too long. So for the safety of your colony, keep them well secured, and they will grow and multiply for you.
I dare you to look at this living piece of delicate art and say it's not pretty. This roach is not only beautiful looking, it's also available in insect breeding hobby worldwide fairly readily. Although the prices may deter more poor insect keepers, for those with a bit more in their pocket, they would be an excellent addition to any hobby. Beautiful, pale green color in comparison with their relatively small size, cause up to 2.5 cm only, makes them a great pet colony choice for someone with not much free space to Although nymphs are drab and look pretty much like your standard house roach, once they mature, they are truly beautiful, and because of their tendency to flock, you can marvel at their beauty without digging into the substrate. These roaches give birth to live young, whose eggs are carefully guarded inside the gravid female's body for about 48 days, if the temperature and humidity is proper. The maturity is reached faster in females than in males, and once the roach fits its signature green coloration, the gender of the individual roach can be determined by differently looking gonads at the end of their abdomen. Careful consideration is needed, as these roaches can be quick and they also can fly pretty well, even though they mostly only do so in order to escape danger or access areas that are easier accessible on wing, rather than on foot. If you consider keeping them, keep in mind that where they come from, the humidity is very high, reaching up to 90% on rainy days. So if you care for your pet roaches, do them a favor, and keep the substrate moist, but not wet.